Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today and coming to do Pilates. I'm really proud of you for showing up and committing to being here to look after yourself and move. Let's begin. We're going to come and lie down onto the mat. So just bring yourself straight back. Reach your arms out and legs out and just let yourself have this really glorious stretch. Feel the length come through your body. And just let out a really nice exhale. Bring your hands to your pelvis. So the heels of your hands are going to be on your ASIS bones, fingers towards your pubic bone. Bending your knees, placing your feet on the floor. Feel your shoulders relax into the mat underneath of you, and then posterior tilt your pelvis, imprinting your spine to the mat. Anterior tilt, picking it up and tilting your pubic bone towards the mat. So just coming through a few here, really allowing that mobility to come right from your pelvis. Feeling as your spine now starts to move, decompress, open up. Especially relevant if you've been maintaining the same position for a long time, or you've been out doing something like running where you've been really compressive on your spine for a while. And then just keep your pelvis neutral, so your triangle will be parallel to the ceiling. Take your hands down by your sides, gliding your toes away from you, and then flexing your foot, bringing it back in. Other side. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull back. So use this opportunity to start to get the first connection from your hamstrings to your pelvic floor. Of course, your pelvic floor being part of your deep core muscles. And the one of the sets of muscles that we're looking to activate today. On your exhale, feel also that you draw your belly in, narrowing at your waist, ribs come together. So this first part with very simple movements is a great opportunity for you to get hands on and kind of do a quick check-in to see that all of those systems are firing and working. Feel as you draw your heel back in that you're getting connection to your hamstring right where it meets your glute. Last one. And then leave your feet on the mat, taking them slightly towards your hips. So about hip width apart. Now I want you to maintain a neutral pelvis. Hands by your sides. Press your heels down to the mat and get this sensation of pulling your heels towards your sits bones. And then release. So there's going to be very minimal movement, but there's going to be a strong sensation that comes to your hamstrings because we're firing them up. Now exhale as you do that. Feel that deep center work. Pelvic floor lifts, hamstrings engage. This time as you do that, you're going to lift your butt up. So they're on, hamstrings are on, lift, and lower. Release. Press down, turn your hamstrings on, lift up. Feel that work here in your glutes, and release. So I'm just doing a hip lift. I'm not coming through spinal articulation for a pelvic bridge. Just really focusing on getting some glute activation and some hamstring activation here. Exhale to come up, still of course having your center engaged. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now this time we are going to come through with spinal articulation. So hands come down by your sides, posterior tilt, articulating up through your spine, peeling yourself up one vertebrae at a time, and then ending up at the top. Bring your ribs together, and then articulate your way back down. So the finished product or the finished outcome will be the same. We will end up in the bridge. However, how you get there and how you get out of it is the part that is now changing. And we are moving it through the levels, so it's more challenging here to articulate and try to get that pelvic movement like we warmed up with at the beginning. Still, however, getting the hamstring and the glutes firing up. Now, if for any reason it is not good for you to come through spinal articulation and spinal flexion, then feel free to remain doing the previous version. Finish this one coming down, articulating your way back down like you're sticking a sticker on. And then come up. This time you're going to hold it up at the top. Really find that deep core work. Ribs are together, coming through your marching. So lift, lower, lift, lower. Firing up here from your glutes underneath. Keeping that neutral pelvis. Checking to see that one side doesn't fall down. This is a really great exercise to do if you are a runner or if you are involved in sports that have running. Helps strengthen the hamstring and glute connection and helps with single side strength, which of course you need if you're running because you're essentially hopping back and forth side to side. One more on either side. And then leave both feet on the floor, articulate your way back down. Just hug your knees in, give yourself a little bit of a relief there. And then take your feet down to the floor. Lift your hands up so that they come over your shoulders. And feel here how you can activate your shoulders underneath of you. So not just kind of having your arms hanging out here, but feeling, you can place your palms together and get a sense that you are drawing your shoulder blades down and back underneath of you onto the mat. Keep that the same the whole time. Now exhale, lift your legs up to tabletop, one leg at a time. This is your neutral starting position, and we're going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg. Doesn't matter what you start with. Pressing it out, back to the neutral. Pressing it out, other side. Exhale as you press them away from you. Inhale back at the center. Really checking in here that there is no disturbance of your center. So your pelvis stays neutral, core stays engaged. You can take your hand down there for a second and test if you need to. And then lengthening out your leg, pressing it as long as you can, straighten it out, and return. So this requires a lot of work from your core stabilizers, pelvic stability, to keep everything on the level plane. One more on either side. And then bring your feet down, arms come down, abs turn off. Excellent job. Now bring yourself over onto your right side. And we're going to come up all the way onto your forearm. You're going to have your legs in the same position as you would if you were doing a clam. So your heels are together, back along in line with your butt, knees are bent. Take a second and really find the activation underneath, narrowing at your waist, core is engaged. Now lift your top leg up to parallel. Bringing it forward, pressing it back, thighs in line with your body. So the angle that we are up here on your forearm means that we're doing a little bit more work here in your obliques. So feel that work happening here. Still checking in with your deep core muscles. So you exhale, draw your belly in, ribs together. And just imagine that you're gliding your inner thigh along the floor. So it's going to stay parallel to the floor the whole time. Watch that knee wanting to pop up or down. And of course, check in with your pelvis. It also stays neutral. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now hold it back, lift, and lower. Again, feeling some oblique work happening here. I want you to imagine that you're folding right here at your waist as you lift up. Checking in for that mobility, or that stability rather, in your shoulder. Core is engaging. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now hold it parallel. straight, and flex. Straighten your leg out all the way. Make it grow as long as you can. Lots of strong work here up your posterior chain. So my foot is flexed, plantar flex I should say, and I'm driving my heel away, and that allows the activation into my calf and hamstring. 3 more. 2. Last one. Excellent. Now leave your legs there and stack them on top of each other. Coming up into your side plank. Inhale to prepare, exhale, pressing up and lower. So a little bit of work here for your glute med is what we're targeting. So there on the side, I want you to feel that butt muscle turning on. Stabilizing to bring you up. And still, of course, getting some oblique work here. Core is engaged. Be mindful when you come down that you're not just letting yourself thud down to the floor. Controlling the lift and lower. 3 more. 2. Last one. Very good. Now bring yourself all the way up. So now your feet and legs are going to be to the left side. And I want you to sit yourself up really tall. So feel that your hips face forward, pelvis faces forward, lengthening down. Because we've spent some time on that forearm, I'm going to take us over onto this side first for your mermaid. So lengthen that arm over, lateral flexion. Feel that really glorious side stretch, side bend. And then release from there, forearm comes down. Pressing over top. And imagine you're going from your fingertips here all the way along your side to your top butt cheek. Releasing, folding over. Unraveling other side. Just taking full advantage of this lateral flexion here for your spine. So good to have this spinal movement and mobility. Last one here. And then this time, bring yourself around and we're going to come into your 4-point kneeling. So place your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just checking for that alignment and starting in a neutral spine. So feel like you're being pulled from the crown of your head out your tailbone. And then from there, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, drawing your belly up, rounding through your spine. And then inhaling, pressing through. Now if it's available to you and it feels good, you're going to come through a little bit of spinal extension on your inhale. So just allowing that mobility through your spine. Now if it doesn't feel good to come here through extension, then just come to your neutral spine. This can be your start, or this can be your neutral here, and then posterior tilt, rounding up. Imagine someone is pressing up on your belly button, trying to push it to the ceiling. Inhaling, finding that counter stretch for your spine. Palms pull towards your knees. One more here. Feels so nice to allow your spine to move in all these directions. Now come to your neutral spine. Maintain that neutrality, lifting one leg and up an opposite arm. Doesn't matter which side. Press them away from you. Pull them back in, plant them down. Other side. Pressing away. Continue alternating, doing this at your own pace. And really feeling this sense of opposition that comes across your body. So as you press them away, it's like someone is pulling your opposite hand and opposite foot in opposite directions. And see if you can get that cross across your body where it feels like there's an X that you're drawing underneath of you. in with the lengthening of your spine so you're not letting your head dangle down here. Feel it stretching long. Last one here. And then bring yourself down onto your forearms. So your lineup is going to be the same for your knees. And we're going to do some work here for your glutes. So stay down on your right knee, activating from your core, lifting up, press, press, press. So finding that core work underneath, really feeling like you are engaging from your center, and still having your head and neck lengthened, not dangling down here. So you're probably looking at the floor just by your wrists or a little bit in front. Pressing up, hamstring and glute activation here again on this side. 3, 2, last one. Now bring it down just till it's hovering off the floor. Press it back up. And as you press up again, trying to get that like you're squeezing right where your hamstring and glute meet in your gluteal fold. That allows your glute max and your hamstring are responsible for hip extension, which we're doing here. So really trying to get them to fire up. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now hold it down, rotate your knee to the side and back to the midline. So this is external rotation in your hip. So it's like you're just trying to move your knee parallel along the floor. Check in with your core. Lots of work underneath. Stay strong. 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Very good. Bring both knees down and just press back into your child's pose here. Feel that amazing release through your glutes, stretching out, reaching your hands forward. And then come back through. We're going to do that on the other side. So I'm going to flip around here so you can see my other leg. So coming through, setting yourself up, down onto your forearms, lifting up through your right leg probably, or the other one if you, your left if you already did your right. Pressing it up, core is engaged, press, press, press. Now you can do this up on your palms if you wish. I know a lot of people tend to have struggles with their wrists if they're up on their palms for too long, so I brought you down to your forearms, but you of course can choose the palm option as well. Lengthening out, find that work from your center, and really feel like you're controlling that pressing up. 3, 2, last one. Now pull it through, down to hover, and press. One of the principles of Pilates is control. Find the control. You are in control, and you are telling your brain or asking your brain for the control. So stay in it. Don't get distracted. Don't let your mind wander. Commit to this time of committing to your body and being in movement. Hold it down on the next one. External rotation. Knee comes out and return. So there's nothing happening in my pelvis. I am just externally rotating my femur in my hip socket. It just feels a little different than usual because we don't usually do it when we're staring at the floor. We would often do it from standing. Again, really good work for your glute med for the abduction. 3 more. 2. Last one. Yes, very good. Now just press back. Have another little opening up. And then from there, bring yourself onto your left side now. So coming through your sit-up onto your forearm, feel yourself really up here in control, like you're really proud, not kind of slouching down here. So get that strength in the work from your core. Ribs are together. Lift your top leg up, core is engaged, pulling it forward, pressing it back. Just gonna move forward a little bit so I don't hit the wall. So you can have your top hand here digging into your rib, or not your ribs, or your abs. And feel how they engage here in your obliques. And as you exhale and turn your core on or engage through your deep core, you have this sensation of being wrapped up here around your middle. Pelvic floor lifts, waist narrows. And again, pelvis stays in the same spot. You do not need to move your pelvis to move your leg. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now hold it back, lift, and lower. So your thigh now is pretty much in line parallel with the front edge of the mat. And be really mindful of what is happening in the rest of your body. So are you starting to slouch down here? Are you trying to press out here? Be really aware of all of these different pieces of the machine that we are building and working with. Your body is a glorious machine. And we sometimes get really mad when one piece isn't working, but often it's because there's more than one piece that isn't doing its full part. 3 more. 2. Hold it up, pressing long, and flex. Really good work here for your knee. We are targeting or helping you engage the muscles all around your knee, and we can support those muscles to strengthen them so that your knee doesn't take a load, and we can support the surrounding structures. Stay in this with your breath. 3 more. 2. Last one. Excellent job. Now bring both of your legs together and setting up for your side plank lift. Inhale to prepare, exhale, pressing up and lower. Core work here. Feel like you're being picked up from the bottom and then lowering back down. No clunking down. There's just as much control and work to lift up as there is to lower back. Such a good job, guys. Stay in it. I can't see you, but I know you're doing an amazing job. 3 more. You've committed. You're following through. You've showed up, and you're doing such good work. Last one. Excellent. Now bring yourself up off your forearm. Reposition to your mermaid or your Z-sit position. And just like before, we'll start over on the right side. So place your palm down and fold over. Feel that lovely release there of your shoulder and your arm and your neck. Just let everything kind of dangle there over to the side. And then unravel, coming across. Press that arm long. Again, coming over. And really allow yourself to come as deep into this movement as is available for you. So if it feels really an option to have lots of lateral flexion here and really pressing across, go for it. If it's not as available to you and maybe you just come to here, also totally fine. The last one here. And then from there, leave your left foot on your right inner thigh. And take your other leg and straighten it out. We're going to do a little bit of work or a stretch and release for your QL muscle. Okay, so to do that, extend your arms out in front. Exhale. Flex and fold forward. and then rotate towards your bent knee. Unravel, bring yourself back up to tall. Now we're gonna do that again, but this time when you're down there, we're gonna do 3 pulses. So really try to get your core involved here for this control. Inhale, exhale, spinal rotation, flexion, lateral flexion, unravel, yes, back up to the center. Going again, picking up the pace a little bit, really trying to get into the flow of this, rotating. Unravel, return, last one, come with me again. Rotate, exhale, flex. Yes, very good, coming on up. Switching it over. This is one of my favorite, this is a modified saw, essentially is what we're doing here. It's one of my favorite Pilates exercises. And if you've taken a few of my classes, you've probably noticed I do it quite often. So exhale, come with me again. Flex forward, rotate, just get that movement down pat, return back through to the center. Now we're gonna add the pulses. Inhale to prepare, dropping your shoulders, exhale, flex, lateral flexion, unravel, coming back through, sit up tall, inhale to prepare, exhale, rotation, flexion, lateral flexion, unravel. Last one here, stay in it, feel that amazing work through your spine and your core. Yes, very good, peeling up. And just bring yourself to a comfortable seated. Feel your shoulders just roll out and release a little bit here. You do one direction, one the other. We've done a little bit of shoulder and neck work. So just want to get those feeling really awesome. And then bring yourself around and lengthen your legs out onto the mat. Now we're gonna start and come through your half roll down. So extend your arms out in front. Exhale, rounding forward. And then tuck your tailbone underneath. Starting here as if you were gonna roll all the way down, and then with control, bringing yourself back up, pressing forward. So I really want you to feel in control of this movement the whole time. So don't kind of take it down as far as you can before your back starts to hurt. Take it down as far as you can, feeling like, yeah, I've got this. I'm in complete control of how far down I'm going. I could hold it there if I needed to, and I'm in complete control of bringing myself back up. And this degree of control and precision and connection to your body is very much what allows you to be successful in a full roll down, which we're going to go to shortly. So starting from the top, this time we're going to flow through the roll down all the way down to the floor. So exhale, rolling yourself all the way down, reaching up, coming back up, tuck your chin towards your chest, exhale, peeling and returning. Continue on. So you can go through this at your own pace, but try to get a bit of a sense of flow happening with it. So not so fast that you're just clunking up and down, but not so slow that you are only gonna have to do one. So challenge yourself, allow your body to articulate and move. Feel your breath, that amazing energy that you get to send inside of yourself to drive your movement. Yes, so good. Draw your belly in, lifting your pelvic floor. Feeling the work. You're going to finish down on the floor at the end of this one. Yes, very good. Now bring your arms down by your sides and hug one knee in towards your chest. Let's start with your right knee. Hug your right knee in towards your chest and just leave your left leg lengthened out. Now with your right knee in there, try to get this sense of release across your left hip flexor, and your left leg is lengthened out there on the floor. And then switching it over. So bring your left knee in, releasing there with your hip flexor on the front. Sometimes in Pilates we tend to get really jammy in our quads and our hip flexors. I encourage you to really just let that open up. Now leave your right leg there, extend your left leg up, straightening it out, external rotation, coming through your circles. So now is a really great time to get hands-on with your pelvis, and I can feel mine here even having a little bit of a tip. So really in getting involved and finding out what it's doing, sometimes without us even realizing, and we're trying to keep it neutral, connecting from your core to keep it stable. Other direction with your circle. And believe it or not, that actually comes a lot from the hamstring and glute connection on the other side, so on your right side. Lots of pelvic floor work there. Last one on this side. Yes, and then plant that down. Hug your knee in on the right side, so just let that left be released there. And then extend your right leg out, external rotation, drawing your circle. And you may notice a little bit of a difference on one side compared to the other. Totally fine, totally normal. As much as we strive for balance in our body, in many ways it is often out of balance. And that can affect us physically, mentally, emotionally. And we are always striving to rebalance. Switch direction. Stay really involved here. Don't let your brain switch off. 2 more. Last one. Yes, very good. Now just hug both of your knees in. And just let yourself have a little bit of a rock there. So good for your spine underneath. We've done all this work. Now we're going to do some upper abdominal work, so continue holding on to your legs. Exhale as you peel yourself up, rounding through your spine. And just get this sense of really pulling yourself in, like you're trying to round your spine underneath and bring your forehead towards your knees. And then just release and come down. We're going to do that again. So it's like the reverse cat. Round your spine underneath, imprint into the mat. Draw your belly in. Core is working. And then release. Now this time we're going to come up, but I want you to keep a neutral spine, and we're going to come through your double leg extension. So exhale, upper abdominal lift. Legs and arms come out and come back in. So you're still hugging your knees in, but you're not coming through the rounded spine underneath. So really try to get that core connection, pelvic floor work. Feeling that deep engagement. Last 2. And then bring your head down. Feet come down. So now just leave your feet on the mat with your knees bent. Take your hands behind to support your neck, and we're going to do some upper abdominal work. So on your exhale, lifting up, drawing your belly in, and release. So we've done quite a bit of work today where you were without neck support. We did some on the side, we just did some now on your back. So really take this opportunity here with your hands behind to allow yourself to create a pillow for your neck. So feel that your head is in your hands and your hands are pushing into your head, and that the load is taken completely out of your neck. So I should have said it's more of a pillow for your head to release your neck. Exhale, ribs come together, draw your belly in. So this is just some straight up rectus abdominis work. But to activate your rectus abdominis, we're not rounding through your spine, still having a neutral spine and feeling that you are drawing in, ribs come together, core is working. Switching now to using your obliques, coming up, crossing over, return back to the center, exhale, other side. Still going back to that pillowy sensation for your head. You should not be feeling anything in your neck because we are taking that load off. Now, if your neck is okay and you would like, then the next time you come up, you're going to add your arm. So you come up, press your opposite arm across like someone is pulling on your hand, coming back down, switching over. Now, if that feels a little bit premature and your neck is still needing support, then continue doing it the way we were earlier. Just helps get that extra little bit of work through your obliques, feeling like your ribs are being peeled off underneath of you and someone is pulling your hand across your body. Presenting opposite armpit to opposite thigh. Stay in it. One more on either side. And then bring yourself down. Again, just hugging your knees in. Gently rocking from side to side. And then take your hands behind to support your hamstrings. Rounding through your spine again. So your legs are going to stay in tabletop, but you're going to come through a rounded spine, imprinting your spine underneath, drawing your belly in. Exhale, legs extend long and lower. And lower. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts. Find that work from your center. Really feel that you press your legs as long and tall as you can. And while you're rounding through your spine, you're not coming up here into your shoulders. So really feel that you're still trying to connect your shoulder into your serratus, where you're connecting into your ribs. Of course, that comes from your deep abdominals. 3 more. 2. Last one, hold your legs straight, coming through your scissors. Keep breathing. Exhale. Finding that work. Lengthening through your legs. Really good for your hip mobility here. 3, 2, last one. Excellent job. Well done. Hug your knees into your chest. Gently just rocking from side to side. You can reach your arms out all the way to lengthen out through your legs. Feel how beautiful it feels in your body to have that lovely stretch through your spine and your abdominals. And then take your hands down to your ribs. Take a really nice deep breath in, feeling them expand, and then exhale and feel them come together. Now find a comfortable supine position here. So if you're comfortable with your legs straight, great. If you want to bend them up, also fine. I just want you to really spend a couple minutes here connecting to your breath. So by now we have done lots of movement in your spine. We've done lots of movement through you activating your deep core muscles. We've connected to your breath and used your diaphragm. And now I want you to really kind of bask in all that work. Feel how good it feels in your body. Notice if it feels any different than when you started. And just let yourself be completely with ease at what you've done. No judgment. Just letting it be. Take up all the space you need as you inhale. Free it all, let it out as you exhale. One more really nice deep breath here. And then reach behind, grab behind your hamstrings. Bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Come to find a comfortable position. Again, releasing through your shoulders here. Take your chin, dropping it down towards your chest, and just allow yourself to move your head from side to side, imagining like it's a really big and heavy. And just letting it go at its own pace, its own place. And then bring yourself to the center. Breathe in, taking your arms up overhead, glide them down till they land in front of your heart. Pause there. Remind yourself that you're awesome, that it's freaking amazing that you showed up today to do this work, to look after your body, to be in your body, to move your body. And give yourself a nice compliment or high five or some credit for being here and doing that. And then let me say thank you for choosing that, for being here, for being with me, and for choosing movement and for showing up for yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and thanks so much. See you soon.